Georgetown in the Exumas. It's been variously described as the holy grail of cruising yachts in the Bahamas, the ultimate destination. By early spring there can be 400 yachts anchored here. Lots of cruisers come year after year and stay for months. It's a huge, well-protected harbor. But the big attraction for some is the sense of community. Tuesday night poker, Sunday pig roasts, church services, lectures on astronomy, yoga. It's a kind of end of day camp for adults. But after 1 week, we'd had enough being cajoled into beach activities. Faraway places were calling. So together with Hunter and Julie Dockery on Contigo, we formed up a 2-boat convoy and headed off to explore some quieter shores. Blessed with fair winds and seas, we had a fine little voyage. The destination? Cat Island, some 40 miles to the northeast, and it was good to be underway and in great weather.
Isn't this just perfect? Perfect day, perfect morning.
At Cat Island, we anchored off a small village called Old Bight. Hunter had been busy in the galley.
Here's Martha. All right, a little something for the evening meal. Holding a loaf of whole wheat bread cooked on Contigo.
Yes, the kitsch goes on, but this is not your average sunset shot. Listen up. A chance meeting on the shore with Greg and Janice, who are looking after a house on the other side of Cat Island, and we decided to switch anchorages.
I'm looking where you are, and they're going to tell you when to start heading to starboard.
It was a white-knuckle entrance through a reef, expertly piloted by Greg, who was guiding us in by radio from a vantage point on shore.
Okay, good.
Unfortunately, as soon as we were anchored, the wind shifted, and we spent a very uncomfortable night.
Hi, I'm here.
But next morning, we were on the beach to meet up with Greg and Janice, who showed us around the beach house they're taking care of.
So what about trying to cater to cruisers? Okay. We have Greg's family has a family reunion.
We spent a pleasant few hours, and when I look at these pictures, it strikes me that there are some sailors here who really miss having a house and not a yacht, something with a few steps and a porch to sit on.
They'll let any old idiot have a boat in the US.
Oh yes, they will.
You have to have a certificate. Sometimes
For the passage back to Georgetown, we split up. A girl's boat and a boy's boat. Us boys fished.
Back in business. What do you think? I was hoping I would love to get a tuna some point on this trip. And my friend who gave me this said, that's a tuna getter.
Well, there were no tuna, but we did hook a beautiful sailfish. You'll have to take my word for this because the fish jumped a couple of times and then snapped free, taking the lure and the leader with him before I could get to the camera.
All right.
We re-rigged the lines, rehashed the centuries-old debate about which lure, how much line, how deep, and pretty soon we were hooked into something else. What will it be when we get it on board?
Look at the color on that thing. He's going for a run! Oh, come on now. Don't let me get too excited. Come on, sweetie. Now he's beginning to tire. Well,
It's a mahi. Not too big,
Isn't he
but
beautiful?
quickly filleted into a great meal for 4 hungry explorers.
As much as we can right there.
And by the evening of the 3rd day, we were back on anchor at Georgetown. Well, Hunter, what would you call that?
Chris, I guess I would call that a long run for a short slide.